Black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Scientist Carl Sagan once wrote, "You spend even a little time contemplating the Earth from orbit, and the most deeply ingrained nationalisms begin to erode. They seem the squabbles of mites on a plum." We're used to seeing the world according to nationality. Germans are such and such, Canadians are like this, the British are like that. Nationality seems such a useful shortcut. You can judge millions or even billions of people without ever visiting the countries whose residents we're judging. Children are raised on such ideas and live out their lives burdened with this limited point of view. Before I left my home in the UK to see the world, I too thought there really was a difference between myself and, say, a Mexican. I really thought there was such a thing as a Mexican. But when I actually met people, the caricatures I'd been taught never seemed to fit the people I met. It is true that there are cultural differences around the world and different ways of behaving. For such qualities are like the outer layer of an onion. The true person is only to be found on the inner layers. It's as if nationality is a kind of mirage that only exists when you're far away. Get closer and only the person exists. As humans, our similarities dwarf our differences. We all need to eat, sleep and breathe. We all want to be loved and respected. It's those things that define us, not the petty squabbles and differences that leaders and revolutionaries across the ages have drawn on maps in order to consolidate power. The world beyond our immediate surroundings seems alien, unfriendly and dangerous when we see the world according to nationality. But consider the idea that our fellow human beings are our friends and family. If we do so, the whole world opens up. I tell people back in Britain that I came to America and I never found any Americans. On the highest level, there are no Americans or any other nationality. On the highest level, there are only people. We must stop wasting our time with such petty squabbles and prejudices that our leaders and even the media perpetuate. If we continue to see nationality as the highest way of viewing someone, we'll never reach our full collective potential. Race, religion, ethnicity and gender are equally foolish ways to divide us. Life is simply too precious to waste on such divisive ideas. We rise and fall together. We are one species, one people.
Black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.